Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In front of me is my next money pit, I guess. We've kind of been working on it a couple months, and I've not had it in my possession a whole lot since I've had it, just different work being done to it and what have you. But we're going to get into it today. It was put up probably about 5 to 6 years, best I can tell, kind of driven on and off. Was a long bed truck, has been shortened, does have an American metal distributor's bed on it. I assembled that by myself, that was fun. Other than that, kind of let's get into the truck, see what you guys think about it, and I've got some ideas for it, and hopefully you guys can help out with that. The 1985 Silverado, all power, best I can tell. Cruise control works, AC works on it. Like I said, it was an 8-foot bed truck. That is a American metal distributor's bed. The bumper we picked up from brother's truck, I believe. There's a little bit of a back order on that, not too bad. Tailgate is original to the truck. We're going to keep it that way. And I did have the bed painted in a patina-esque look to kind of match the rest of the truck. Turned out pretty good. Actually, it turned out really good, I thought. New door pins, those are from LMC. Really curious what you guys think on the side molding. I want to put it back on the bed, but I cannot find any used. So it looks like I'm putting new, and hopefully that doesn't look too off with the rest of the scheme of the truck. So what we're going to get into today, going to be doing an oil change, which strangely enough does have an oil change sticker in it. And I imagine, let's see, it shows 178 and we're at 76,975 on the truck. But I mean, everything's there. I did it came with new carpet in it. I did redo the seat cover. Best I can tell, that was an LMC seat cover kit. Worked out really nice. Added a little bit of foam to the lower foam piece and reused what was there. Door panels, kind of, it looks like they've been painted, kind of done up. They need to be replaced really, but and then it's got one of the dash caps on it, which we'll deal with later, which maybe another video. Overall, really nice truck. Tilts nice and tight. Like I said, AC works. Everything works. Really good truck. So under the hood, it's all original. Still has a smog pump on it, and the belt is removed. Yes. It just is what it is. It's just an old truck. Looks like all the hood insulation was used for rodent nesting. I did have to do some fixing up on some wiring. You know, don't worry about the, if it'll focus there, don't worry about the pigtail. It does work. The wiring's there. It's not stupid if it works. So, like I said, AC works. We need a new belt on it. We're going to do air filter, fuel filter, the spark plugs. I'm going to check the spark plug wires and oil change, and hopefully we'll get some test driving in and see if this puppy will do a burnout. I do know that it'll turn both tires over in the rear, so hopefully it'll do a burnout. Super cool feature of this truck is the hopefully you can see it, the ram air. Yeah, it goes straight into the air filter. Air filter's not too hard to change. Surprised the lid's not flipped over. We're not doing it. Oh, the filter I got from the store is a lot taller than that, so let's compare those two. We'll say there's a subtle difference in filter height there. When we took it out of the truck, one for the truck, and it does fit. I've already set it down in just to make sure it wasn't something ridiculous. I am stoked to know this thing has ram air now. This is awesome. So right now we're going to go after the fuel filter. This is a store brand, MicroGuard, I believe. PCG3389 replaces AC Delco, which you can't get around here anymore. So let's get to the carburetor. I can see the fuel line is already cut, so it's probably some hodgepodge mess, which I'm fixing stuff that's not broke, but here we are. Maybe it'll fix my tip-in issue. So many vacuum lines, gosh. I love my 80s vehicles, but what was up with you guys and vacuum lines? Okay, so we've had some vice grips on that before, looks like. This is gonna go well. Just because I wanna try the right thing, I'm gonna try a wrench. I know it's not gonna work. Ooh, maybe it will work. I'll take it. Just just don't happen to have any vice grips with me, and I'm very limited with my tools right now. Kind of stinks, but hey, we'll get it done. I would be really surprised if this has a fuel filter in it. I believe this is going to end badly. Maybe not. And it has a fuel filter. That is surprising. So I was digging in my plethora of trash that I keep for no reason and finally actually used something. This is the filter housing that came out of the Caprice that I have. I've upgraded everything to AN fittings on that carburetor, which is a lot better looking and hopefully working than this. I don't trust that. The Teflon right here has seen better days. So this will be used. We're going to get a tubing cutter, cut this back a little bit, get it reconnected to my rubber line there. Fuel filter will be new. Maybe it'll help my tip-in issue. Assume that's how it goes, that's how it came out. That should be tight enough. Fuel in the tube cut. Looks like we used a machete, but it's not awful. So let's get that hooked up with hopes it doesn't leak. Guess we should have checked, see if it leaked first. Gotta get the ram air back on this thing. I've had it a couple months now and I have not washed it. I have not done anything to it but try to drive it spiritedly, and it doesn't like it. So let's get these spark plugs changed, oil changed, and see what she'll do. Alright guys, I forgot we did have a headlight out. I got a driver's side headlight out. I'm going to just replace it with the old standard H4656. Get that back going so we can drive around and not worry about getting pulled over. These are T15 Torx screws holding these headlight bezels in for anybody that cares. I think that's pretty standard. My 81's the same way. A little bit different headlight bezel. Just noticed we have a busted high beam too. It works, so we'll leave it alone. Ooh, I think. See if we can drop this on the ground and bust it all over the place. We'll address that later, just because I don't have one readily available. Alright, this is what we're using today. Everybody knows about Rotella. Semi-synthetic, it's just what I use. I am going to replace a quart of oil with this. Seems to work really good, and we try to stick with manufacturer filters. Makes me feel better. To make any difference, who knows? That's what's going in it. You've all seen a YouTube oil change. We're not going to get into that. We will hyperlapse through it, and let's see, what do we got to get into next? Spark plugs. Yeah. Okay, so before we get to putting the spark plugs in, I'm using the NGK V-Powers UR4s. They are the factory replacement. I just like an NGK plug, and the hex doesn't rust as quick as the AC Delco stuff does. I don't know how long they last versus the other stuff, but I probably won't have the truck long enough to worry about, or at least this engine long enough to worry about changing the spark plugs in it again. So we're going to get to the driver's side first, get it knocked out, and we'll get on the passenger side. Overall, plugs do not look bad. Probably not that old, really. Still curious about the misfire, stumble. We'll figure it out. Sometimes you have 45 of the same tool and you can't find one of them. We had to go to the store. Get one of those fellas right there. Spark plug gapper. Let's get back to work. Shows the B spark plug gap about 45 thousandths. Supposed to be pre-gapped, and they are definitely not. So we got the driver's side done. I cannot handle these plug wires. These are trash. We're going to change those out. I'll get a set, probably try to get a set of AC Delcos ordered for it and get those swapped out, make them look like something, because I cannot handle that. They may work, but that's not good enough. This is what we're using today. I should have went into this a little earlier. There is not much there, but we were getting stuff done. Focus on having crescent wrench. Always have some side cutters, and then just your typical screwdriver stuff. So anyways, let's get to the passenger side where you're almost done. These plug wires are such a mess. We're going to do one at a time, and then we'll redo all this stuff when I get some new wires for it. A little bit of pride goes a long way, and we did not have pride when we did these plug wires. Doesn't look bad, but you can see the Delco, what I was talking about, the rust there. The NGKs don't do that. Well, maybe over time they will, but these are not that old. Leads me to believe that this is not going to fix my misfire. We still have 3 more to change, so maybe one of those is a little funky, wonky. I had to clean up some of this rodent debris up here. My goodness. Sunflower seeds, acorns, smorgasbord. Oh, back one's gonna be fun. And that one doesn't look bad either. Dang it. Got a little bit of oil on it. Hope for the best. Okay, so we've had a revelation. I believe cylinder 2 and cylinder 4 are backwards, so across. So that actually might be our misfire. We're still going to do plug wires, but I'm going to swap these dudes around, get it back together, and see if it cleans up how it's acting. I should have looked into that way sooner. What's wrong with me? It's already a little better. That's a lot better. Okay. That may have went better than intended. Not going to get too rambunctious with that yet, though. Well, it is fully reassembled, warmed up, checked my work. Everything is solid so far. Let's go beat on it. initial impression, we did some good. Still want to get those plug wires like we mentioned. That'll probably clean the rest of it up. I do know the distributor cap is relatively new. I've had it off, it's clean. The rotor is also. So that'll, hopefully the plug wires will iron that out. Really cannot be much else. May need to get into the carburetor. Really trying not to do that. Apologize for the wind noise. Other than that, guys, we're just going to run the roads a little bit and see about doing a burnout. Burnout will probably end the video. So after that, if it'll do it, it is a 305 at the end of the day, but it does have some good gearing. Hopefully it'll do it. Anyways, that'll be part of the video too. So guys, watch to the very end. Again, I appreciate you guys watching. If you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out tremendously, being still under 100 subscribers. So we've got to do better. Or I've got to do better. So guys, thanks again. Have a good day.